that Nintendo and Sony want to build the smaller groups they have to become bigger groups, and Microsoft says, I'd rather not waste the time on it and just buy groups that are already established. Right? And I think like either strategy, can work as long as the game comes out that's well. Like Bethesda can come out with good titles, right? Like if the Starfield lands, then that's a good win for Microsoft point. Because they're saying, hey, they did well. Like, listen, I gotta wait for the game to come out. We gotta see.
It's all about the execution, right? So
that's the thing. You gotta wait and see.
It's all about the execution. It's kind of like two students, right? So Microsoft is that student that's getting Fs, right? But Microsoft's like, you know what? I'm gonna buy the best tutors. I'm gonna buy the best, whatever, and I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna study, and then I'm gonna come back and get these great grades and stuff like that, right? But we have to wait till they actually gets the great grades. Right now, hold on. Microsoft's in the study phase. They're in the tutor phase. They're getting the right people to get the grades back up. They just have to deliver when it comes time for the exams and the reports and the essays.
Exactly. Okay, hold on. Let me school you guys on this, right?
Oh, shit. Hold on. He said we schooling fools. God damn, he already on my podcast. He like, yo, we about to school you fool. Peep game.
Microsoft is known as a shooter, right? Known as a shooter.
Yeah.
Where in the hell? Okay, but not just that.
Like multiplayer? You mean like multiplayer? Like shooter multiplayer?
Yes,
is that what you mean?
Multiplayer or just shooter in general.
Okay.
We also know that they have. I'm gonna tell you this right now. They have almost 45 IPs. They do.
They have a lot. I have a shit ton.
Exactly.
We can't play any of them, but they got a lot.
Let me tell you. Where in the hell is Jet Force Gemini? They could literally bring this back.
Oh, they're not doing that. Dog.
Where is GoldenEye remake that they keep teasing about?
You need to cut that out, bro.
Hold on, I'm not finished. Where is Conquer?
I got it. Listen, I know.
Where's Project Gotham?
Where
is Blink's house?
They're not coming back,
They have so much IPs that they're just sleeping on.
They're not coming back, dog. I'm telling you. Listen.
That's why I'm going to still ride with Sony and Nintendo. Game Pass could be whatever the hell.
I'm going to let you know, man.
I already know Sony and Nintendo have the best games in Xbox.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the time when Xbox was about those games.
About the ghoulies at?
Listen. But the time when Xbox had those games, most Xbox fans weren't even on Xbox. Most Xbox fans became Xbox during the 360 era, and that's when it became normal. All those games is like you, me, OG, Knights of the Old Republic, and like the OG Xbox only sold around 25 million. So you're talking globally. So you're talking about a small crowd that knows those games. They're not about that life. They're not about that life.
You said the original Xbox sold almost 25 million consoles, right?
Yeah.
That's what you said?
Yeah.
So hold on. Tell me how they outsell the GameCube.
Yeah, because GameCube
first
sold.
Year console.
Because GameCube. Yeah, but the GameCube wasn't really super successful. It was only 22 million.
No.
What do you mean no? That's what happened. Listen, Nintendo was actually on a downward trend. Nintendo, when they released the Nintendo Entertainment System, that console came out the gate at over 60 million. Then they released the Super Nintendo, and Genesis got on their game. Super Nintendo sales got down to like 52-ish million. So they sold less than the NES. And then they released the N64. PlayStation came out, and that shit started the godson of consoles. They only sold 34 million N64. And then GameCube came out. They only sold like 23, 24 million. Nintendo's like, wait a fucking minute. We started out at 60, and now we end up at 22. We got to do something different. Because everybody's kicking our asses. What are we doing wrong? So then Reggie and them be like, you know what the problem is? The problem is we're too the same as everybody else, and everybody else does it better. We're too much like Xbox. We're too much like, even though we started it, other people copied it and they're doing it better. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go in a whole totally different direction. And that's where the Wii came out. That was their first stab at being totally different. And that shit shot up to 100 million. So right now, with that experiment, they realize we cannot be the same as our competitors because we're not going to make it. But somebody's like, hey, wait a minute. This is a gimmick. You got to go back to your core roots somehow. And they're like, all right, let's try to go back to our core roots in some way. They released the Wii U. It still has a tablet,
that went turbo too.
But if you look at the Wii U, it's still kind of going back to their core gaming because it's an HD system. You got two, you got two thumbsticks. You got buttons. Even though it's a tablet, it still plays. It's just an oversized controller. They only sold 14 million, and at that point, they're like, "Yo, we done. We done with this traditional. Nah, fuck that. We not doing this." So now they split it up again. They're like, you know what? Why don't we just go to what our true strength is, which is their handhelds? Because at no point has anyone been able to come close with their handhelds. There's just no competitor to an Nintendo handheld.
They're the only ones that could do it.
They just there is none. Even PSP still got creamed by the DS. There's in the PSP the good.
I'm gonna be real. PSP was dead to me.
Sure, I mean,
I loved it, man. I played that thing all the time.
I had Monster Hunter Unite. I had Fantasy Star Online. I had this one game I can't remember.
I didn't play a lot. Yeah, you're right.
It was dead to me.
Yeah, but the thing is,
we've all played those games, those systems before. They may not have been necessarily the most pinnacle of success either. Like I was a big fan of the GameCube, but. And same thing you said with some of those OG Xbox games. I bought the Xbox. I played all those originals, but nowadays those things won't really be big sellers.
It's not. It's not. They're not talking about that, But anyway, Nintendo figured, you know what? Let's take out core strength, but let's throw in that almost level console quality. And now you got the Switch, and now they found their niche. This is their thing from now on. They're not going back to normal console gaming. Long story short is, though, Microsoft's appeal where it became more mainstream came from the 360, and it was a combination of two things. They did have great IPs. It wasn't Conquer or them shits. It was like the Gears of Wars, the Halos, the Mass Effects, Oblivion, Elder Scrolls. It was those games that put them on the map. And at the same time, Sony, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking in their first 3 years, but they were all about the Blu-ray and the cell processor.
Yep.
And everybody thought that was the way for $600. And we're like, nah, son, like we ain't doing Ridge Racer on the PSP.
Yeah,
we're not doing that.
The same thing happened with Xbox One too, man. The same thing.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? They did the same mistake Sony did. They went away from the very strength that they were building on to shoehorn other shit, and it blew back in their face. Like that's what like surprised me how Xbox fucked up, because I'm like, yo, you didn't see Sony? Sony just did that. Like you literally did what Sony did. You went away from your core strategy to try to shoehorn something people ain't really asking for. And like you really thought you were gonna figure it out? Like you really thought you had the secret? Like, yo, that shit was wild. I'm like, yo, these guys literally
or even trying to sell a system based on media, like, oh, you can play any media on it. Like that gamers don't really care. You can play multimedia stuff. It's just like they want a game, right? That's all they care about.
Yeah, man. Like so, you can't shoehorn stuff in gaming, because gamers ain't stupid. We know when shit's being shoehorned. You gotta focus on gaming, you gotta bring the products on gaming, you gotta bring the games. You got to. Don't be trying this, make us, try to find a cure for cancer, weird shit. Like, nah, like, what are you doing? And it's not TV or movie, nah. So, I mean, it's fine to have those apps, because that's the world we live in, where almost every device has Netflix, Disney Plus as an app, cool. But that shouldn't be at the forefront.
You guys hear about Netflix might be bought by Microsoft?
So,
hold on. I want to say something to that, right?
Oh, shit.
Like,
yeah, we can save this for the podcast.
Like
no, we already live, dog. You think I waited?
Oh, okay.
Shit.
Like I said, all Uncle Phil wants to do, bro, is trying to have the most money as he wants to have, and not even just that, bro, and just neglect making games. Like, bro, you sitting here telling me that you want to just buy everybody, claim that, oh, I own you, and then trying to own Sony. I'm telling you this right now, Phil Spencer, you're not gonna own Sony. You're not gonna own Nintendo. That shit is never.
Oh man, let me help you out. I'm gonna be fair. I'm
PlayStation. With all this BS about
uses is like, you better stay your ass
having access with
away from
Game
Japan.
Pass. Oh, it's gonna stop us from having consoles. That is straight cap. People still gonna buy consoles even when these Game Pass coming on to. Who the hell's gonna play on streaming services? Think about that,
so
bro.
To be fair, a lot of that conversation is because the Xbox community is feeding bullshit information. If you go to the Netflix website, they posted exactly what's happening. The only thing that's happening is Microsoft, not Xbox, but Microsoft has an online advertisement department, and Netflix has been working with them for a while now. They've been doing advertisement for years with Microsoft. All they announced that that Microsoft is going to help them implement a new cheaper tier that will include advertisements, kind of like Hulu. Like if you don't buy the premium tier of Hulu, you get the cheap tier, and like every time you watch a movie, there's like a 2-minute commercial. You guys use Hulu? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So it's annoying, but that's what Netflix is trying to do: create a very cheap tier that does that. You know what I'm saying? And Microsoft's helping. So it's not Xbox. Remember, a lot of people think that every move Xbox makes is based around.
Is it yeah.
No, every
Microsoft
move Microsoft makes has something to do with Xbox. I'm like, bro, Xbox is a little pigeon. Like Microsoft is a whole.
Yeah.
Like if Xbox disappeared tomorrow, Microsoft wouldn't even notice. They'll wake up like, man, somebody's missing. And they're like, who's missing from the table?
Yeah,
They'd be like, yo, Phil Spencer's not here. Really what happened to him? Oh, we shut him down. Oh, that sucks. Anyway, back to Azure and, you know, Excel spreadsheets and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But Microsoft's a huge company that has their own departments. This has nothing to do with Xbox. Now, I did make a point, though. This could be a gateway to Microsoft acquiring Netflix. Now, I will say, hear me out. It could be a gateway, and I'll explain why.
On this because also Sony did acquire Crunchyroll. So
yeah, and that had nothing to do with PlayStation, right?
Well, yeah,
that because Crunchyroll was part of Sony's movie picture strategy. But everybody's like, "Oh, with PlayStation, we got." I'm like, "What the fuck does Crunchyroll got to do with PlayStation?"
But can I ask you
like,
this?
What the fuck?
What is the whole point of this acquisition? And then still trying to clown the rival
Netflix?
that they don't have no first party. No, Microsoft and Sony. Why the hell is Microsoft is boasting about? Oh, hey, you know, I'm buying all these studios, but they don't. They can't even make games. They can't make games.
That's why they're buying them.
Kind of. Okay, they're buying them, but they're not making games. They're still making it.
Well, you don't know what they're doing.
They're making them. I know what they're doing. You still know what the hell they're doing.
He an insider. You the insider.
Phil Spencer still wants to make money. He's gonna have to make those games multi-plat. I'm telling you.
Oh, so
go ahead,
Moses.
I was just gonna say, well, basically, like they're buying them so that they can add them on Game Pass and still sell them.
That's it.
That's the whole strategy. The game plan is to get people on Game Pass, make money.
Where's my first party games at? Because at the end of the day, Sony first party game is not going nowhere but Sony and PC and mobile devices.
Yeah, but see, the thing is though, some of those
I love
games,
this console shit, man.
Some of those games will get passed on to PC, and that's essentially like, you know, Microsoft is saying, hey, we're already doing the PC route. We're gonna now put all these games on Game Pass, and you know, if they can get a strategic advantage and maybe get one of those games like Elder Scrolls be specifically only to Xbox, or if it down the line, one Call of Duty game be down the line, who knows? But the whole point is that they own them, right? And they can make the decision, and that will give them an advantage to say, hey, if you want to play ball, then maybe you should put one of those Final Fantasy games multi-plat, and we'll keep Call of Duty on multi-plat. Because remember, 75% of Call of Duty's player base is Sony, is PlayStation. So you know, that's
I would say it is. So I would say that's a good.
Keep it that way.
No, so let me use that's a good assumption of Microsoft trying to potentially use that to strong arm, but I think that won't work, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm gonna give you a reason. I'm gonna give you an actual scenario where Microsoft tried that and it didn't work. So Microsoft has the Minecraft thing, right? So Microsoft has Minecraft, and I guess there was supposed to be a 4K patch for the game, right? And Microsoft said that only platforms that had the Microsoft accounts or whatever will get the 4K patch, right? So in other words, you have to associate the game with a Microsoft account or whatever, right? So pretty much, you know, on the line, they were trying to say, hey, Sony, you got to accept Xbox Live or you're not going to get this 4K patch for Minecraft like the other platform does. Sony didn't say shit. And a lot of people going at Sony's like,
they don't care about Minecraft.
But Minecraft, but a lot of people still plays Minecraft on PlayStation. Some of them were complaining like, hey, Sony, you know, we need to have this patch, blah, 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 blah. Sony didn't budge. Over time, Microsoft still delivered the 4K patch, even though Sony didn't bid. Because at the end of the day, the game is too big for Microsoft to ignore. There's just too many people on PlayStation making Microsoft money to just worry about something as incidental as Xbox Live, you know, connection, whatever. So and I think Call of Duty and Call of Duty Warzone, there's just too much money for Microsoft. It's just too much money for Microsoft to play that game.
To narrow it down their audience. And the only thing I would say, business strategy wise, it would cause people to question maybe they should get Game Pass. But I do agree with you. I think that they aren't going to change it.
Now that's the key right there, right? Because that could happen, right? Because people
who should get Game Pass?
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. I could see where he's going because I agree with what Mars is saying, right?
No, wait. Is he saying Sony should get Game Pass or just consumers?
The gamers.
People,
consumers. Because look at it this way. So over the next 2 years, we won't see this because there's still a contract for Sony. So Sony,
still a lot of these games,
So Sony and Microsoft, Sony and Activision, they have a contract for Call of Duty. I don't know about other games, but I know for Call of Duty, and I think it's like 2 more years. And when Sony buys
it, two or just one, this last one?
No, it's like 2 more years. It's like 2024 or 2023. I heard.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I checked me.
Yeah, so something like that. I mean, that's what the rumor is. So when Microsoft acquires Activision, they are buying these contracts. They can't back out. They are buying it. They're absorbing it. It belongs to them now. They have to own it, right? And that's all part of the deal with FTC, and they're making sure that they obligate all that stuff anyway. So maybe starting 2024, 2025, you'll see, and like the deal probably also includes, because supposedly rumor has it, when Sony makes these deals, they also include do not add it to a subscription service day one. So you probably won't see the next Call of Duty or the Call of Duty after, or even the Call of Duty after, day one on Game Pass, which is going to be funny, because a lot of Xbox gamers are going to be like, wait a minute, you own Activision, how come this is not on Game Pass? Not realizing the business deal, because a lot of gamers don't give a damn about the business side. They just want what they want, right? But anyway, when Microsoft does finally put brand new Call of Duty every year, day one on Game Pass,
they're not doing that. They're not doing that.
They're going to do that. Oh, yeah. Every game.
No, they're not. No, they are. Take a break from doing that. No.
What?
This Modern Warfare 2 is the last one they're going to do.
Oh, yeah, well, see, that's the other thing. Yeah, that's the other thing. They might say, hey, because the contract's coming out and ending in 2024, this may be the last Call of Duty that's every single year. Maybe they'll give a break for 2023.
Yeah, but they can't do that, though. Yeah. I don't think that's how it is. Because let's say if I have a contract for every Call of Duty up to 2024, and you purposely don't make a game, then that means you haven't fulfilled the contract. You owe me a game in 2023. That's the deal.
What the contract says.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
But I will make sure that loophole doesn't exist. Like if I'm giving you money and there's no game, I'll be like, well, what are we doing here? Because I gave you money for 2023. You see. So, but
I agree with you, man.
But I'm gonna be honest. I think that's just all marketing ploy to make the fan base happy. Hey guys, if we buy Activision, we can actually make Call of Duty a quality game every 3 years, and everybody's like, oh my god, Microsoft, you're my hero. And then when they buy it, bitch, we making this shit every year. Like we making it. You think Microsoft's gonna stop wanting to make a game that sells over almost 20 million every year? We're gonna purposely because of quality. Don't believe that bullshit. They make it Call of Duty every year.
Listen, in the next decade, bro, Microsoft, the only thing they're gonna care about is Game Pass. They don't care about first party game because, to be real with you, with this Fallout 5, Fallout Vegas 2, Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6, bro, that's gonna be the main focus for the next 3 years. RPG games. Where the hell is my fucking Perfect Dark? Excuse my language.
Well, they're making that.
Voodoo Vince.
Oh, not Voodoo Vince. No, they're not doing that.
Gear 6.
They're not doing that. No, the Gear 6 they're doing.
Yeah, Gear 6.
Gear. I'll tell you what. The games you're gonna expect is Gears. You're definitely gonna get a new Gears because they bought the IP and that's one of their big IPs. You're gonna get
Banjo-Kazooie.
You can scratch that off the list. You're gonna get your Gears. You're gonna get your Forzas, obviously. You're gonna get Perfect Dark because they're already talking about it. I don't know how long.
All the money on the table.
You're gonna get Fable. You're gonna get Fable.
Oh man!
Yeah,
they bring Fusion Frenzy back.
Man, you better stop that. Man, listen, you better listen, man. Listen, all them weird shit, you better cut it out the table.
Wait.
You ain't getting that shit. You ain't getting no Fusion Frenzy, dog. You better cut that shit out.
But I'm telling you, it will sell.
You
will have so many. Yes, it will.
This is what I'll tell you though. I think.
All right, so number one, it ain't gonna sell because it's on Game Pass. So right off the bat,
it's gonna bring more subscribers in.
I mean, that it could maybe.
One thing I'll say about the Activision deal,
and then not even just that, it's gonna be one of the most biggest community games.
Who? Which game?
Not overall.
Which game?
But Fusion Frenzy.
Oh hell nah, dog.
Yes, it will.
Listen, you giving these Xbox dudes too much credit.
It's played on PC.
I haven't played Fusion Frenzy, but I'll tell you, I know that people like the game, but I think the Activision deal essentially was so that they can own these IPs and then break away all these smaller developers that Activision only has making Call of Duty games. I mean, like, you just look at all the studios that they basically force as support studios. They used to be making games like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot and say, go help make Call of Duties every year, and say, hey, instead of doing it every year, make it every 2 years and make all these smaller companies make these smaller games. And hey, if one of them makes Fusion Frenzy, then USAS will be happy, right? But at the end of the day, I don't know.
Man, I'm gonna tell you now, they're going to make Call of Duty every year. That's a lie. Anybody who believes that is full of shit. Because that game sells 15 plus million every year. Like, think about it, from a business strategy. Like, the only reason that gamers are even entertaining this thought of Call of Duty every 2-3 years is because of just selfish gamer shit. Like, oh man, now we could get a quality Call of Duty. Oh man, now they can work on Banjo. Motherfucker, the game sells 15+ million. You really gonna go to your shareholders and be like, hey, I got a great idea. Let's not make a game that's guaranteed to sell 15+ million and actually boost subscribers so we can make a Banjo and a Fusion Frenzy. You're gonna get fired. They're gonna fire you. You're not gonna work for that company.
This is my business strategy.
If I worked on a board and you guys came to me,
this right quick.
I'm just saying, if you guys came to, both of you came to be like, hey, we're not gonna make Call of Duty so we can make Banjo. I'm just gonna reply to you, so you purposely. But I'm gonna be like,
he said this: Microsoft is acquiring studios, Sony is acquiring talent.
Oh, that's fine.
Sony has damn talent.
I agree, but what I'm saying this though, if you two came up to me and told me that we're not gonna make Call of Duty this year to make a Banjo, I'm just gonna say, so you don't want. No, I'm gonna say, so you don't want to make a 15+ million selling game to sell a game that maybe might sell 3 million. Is that what you're telling me?
Wait,
listen.
Would you? I'm saying, if I ask you that question, will you guys say yes? That's what we're telling you, Martin. With Porter Rock.
Well, no.
Would you say yes? Because I'm firing your ass right there. I'm gonna be like, yo, pack your security, pack their shit.
What's the?
I'll give you another business strategy. This is what I think is gonna happen. I think that just knowing this modern gaming type of stuff, they're gonna come out with one kind. Let's just say I'll give an example: Modern Warfare 3, whatever that. We'll just name it something. Right? Instead of coming out with another game made by, like, let's just say Treyarch, they're gonna make an expansion pass and say, hey, I want you to charge $60 at minimum to get this expansion and with all this new BS content that's a copy.
Now I like that. There you go. As a businessman, I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna be like, you stay, Yusuf, you're fired. Because you want Fusion Frenzy. I'm firing you. Yusuf's going to be like, it's because I'm black, isn't it? I'm like, no, because Fusion Frenzy's whack. You need to go.
Y'all ain't even let me talk. Right,
go ahead.
Let me say my part. So we already know Microsoft, now they have almost like 45 IPs, right?
Yeah.
Let me list them right now. Spyro, Bandicoot, Blinks, Voodoo Vince, Fusion Frenzy, Jet Set Radio Future.
Man, you listen, but you listen to shit nobody cares about, man.
Hold on. Jet Force, are you serious?
Ain't nobody care about that shit, man.
That cares about, okay, if they don't care about it, hold on. If they don't care about it, so tell me why they care about Psychonauts 2. And everybody was saying that was a game of year contender.
Listen,
Come on, man.
I'm gonna tell you, no, the only people cared about it are the people who cap, because they ain't got shit else. Ain't nobody really care about Psychonauts 2. Ain't nobody give a shit about that. They just capping for Game Pass. Right now, they capping for this new game. What is it? After the Dusk Falls or whatever? And these are the same motherfuckers that say our shit is movie games. That shit's a slideshow.
Hold on. And you telling me Papa Pig is one of the most hyped game on Game Pass?
No, what I'm saying is, listen, you can't listen to the Xbox community. These dudes are hyping. What is it? When Dusk Falls?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. When God of War Ragnarok releases, I'm deleting Twitter and returning in early 2023.
Yeah, but that's not.
I don't want to see.
But God of War
is gonna be a fire game.
But God of War is not Voodoo Vince. Ain't nobody giving shit about that. We're not talking about Voodoo Vince here. Like, what are we doing? Ain't nobody talking about Voodoo Vince. Ain't nobody really want to play that.
Listen.
I'll make a comparison.
The point I'm trying to make here is that they have IP just like how Sony have IPs. They can compete with Sony. They literally can compete with Sony. I'm telling you, bro.
Listen,
if they bring those games back with Grab by the Ghoulies in a modern...
Ain't nobody want Grab by the Ghoulies, bro. Ain't nobody want that, man. Yo, you giving these dudes... You giving gamers today too much credit. Ain't nobody want that bullshit. Now, Xbox, you throw on Game Pass, they might be like, yeah, it's cool, but ain't nobody... Ain't nobody trying to hear about no Grab by the Ghoulies.
If they have a smaller... If they have a smaller developer that wants to do it on the side, then go ahead.
Hold on. The most best airplane game I played in history, Christmas Skies. I'm telling you, bro, people will play them games, man.
Listen to the chat. To be fair, Usis is not an Xbox dude. He is a PlayStation dude. He's just...
listen.
He's giving Xbox too much credit.
I own all consoles.
I know,
but I'm just pissed off on the fact that they're trying to do this whole thing. Oh, I want Game Pass on PlayStation or something. Bro, Sony's not going to do that. Sony already said, bro, I want to be the biggest world platform.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, well, listen, I'll give you an example, and this is not going to be as big as in sizable comparison, but let's just say Sly Cooper. A lot of people want to see Sly Cooper come back, right? But PlayStation's already said, nah, that ain't happening because Sly Cooper ain't selling high numbers. And as much as I want to see it, I want to see Sly Cooper because I like Sly Cooper games. But at the end of the day, that's not happening, right? Yeah. And it's the same thing with Fusion Frenzy. I think at the end of the day, like, yeah, you know what? There's a lot of fans back from the olden days that love that game. It's just not a big seller, and I guarantee you, from the Microsoft's perspective, they're like, hey, we got to focus on bigger IPs, right? They got to figure out, make sure that Starfield comes out right, or these other games like Halo comes back with fire or something like that. Versus, let's focus resources on smaller games that may not be, big killers, right? And at the end of the day, like Sly Cooper is the same thing. Like Sly Cooper was a great title, great franchise, I loved it. But it's not the same as God of War. It's not the same as Horizon, Forbidden West. It's nothing like Last of Us. So it's like,
okay. Now hear me out on this though. Okay, it's not like Horizon Forbidden West and Last of Us. Why can't you just try to be creative? Be freaking creative, man. Stop trying to make all these survival games that nobody don't even play, like State of Decay, bro. Come on, man. I paid $30 just to buy that game. Tell me how in 3 days I turn that thing back.
I can't blame you. I don't blame you. All right.
Yeah, man.
All right, so let's move on to the first topic, right? We're going to talk about... Anyway, oh, shit, I didn't even do my intro. Hold on. We got into... Yo, so let me... Welcome, my friends. Hold up. Let me go back to this image. Here you go. Welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. It's Yordi for these YouTube streets, PorterRock77, and we came in hot. We got over 225 viewers. And that's even without the intro. We got people all confused. Right now, people are confused. They're like, wait a minute, who are these two dudes? Where's Craig? Where's Jay Barry? Where's Project Cloud? Where is everybody? Well, they're fired. No, I'm just kidding. They're not fired. They're out there vacationing. They're enjoying the summer and all that stuff. But I got two, content creators. I want to introduce them to you. Usually I start out the show with introduction, but as you can see, these guys are on fire. And, I was on their podcast, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago? You know what I'm saying?
Around that.
Yeah, so we had a great time, and I'm like, yo, these guys are good. I got to get them on the show. These guys bring the heat. You know what I'm saying? So let me introduce, starting off, we got Usis. What's going on, my brother?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm just pissed off.
You just pissed off.
You guys just want to see gamepad.
No, who's you guys?
Hey, this your boy.
Listen. I don't even rock with PS Plus Extra or Premium. So you talking to the wrong dude. I'm just telling you what. Listen, there's stuff what you want to hear. I'm telling you what you need to hear. That's it.
Got you.
But anyhow, this your boy Usis, and I recently just did something with your boy PorterRock77. I have a podcast that's releasing this Friday. It will premiere live at 9 a.m. if you guys can just tune in. Yeah. And I'm gonna move on to the next man.
Yeah, let them know where they can find you. What's the name of your channel?
My YouTube channel is Usis ARB. My Spotify, just type Usis Podcast, and on Amazon Music.
Oh, that's shit. Shit. This guy's on Spotify and Amazon Music. Oh shit. Oh. Ooh,
he's been living big life, man.
My man said, "Yo, you can find them on Amazon Prime." Oh shit! No shit. All right, what's up? And then we got my boy right here, also part of the dynamic duo. We got Marsman Gaming.
Yeah, man. What's up, dude? I'm really happy to be on here. We had our podcast like around a week ago, and I loved it. It was like really good dynamic between each other. So you guys can find me at Marsman Gaming on YouTube, on Twitch, on Discord, on Twitter. You can just go to my YouTube channel. It's got everything there. But I really appreciate it, Porter Rock. Yeah. I really enjoy watching your content, so I'm glad to be on.
Same too, man. Same too. I appreciate you, man.
No doubt, man. Hey, I appreciate you guys coming through.
Man, because when I went to sleep and woke up and saw it, I was like, damn, it's actually lit. Okay.
Yeah. All right. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, I truly appreciate you guys coming through. I'm looking forward to hear comments on your topic. As you know, you guys are now welcome here anytime. So today, you're a guest. I'll get the drinks. I'll go in the fridge. But tomorrow, you get your own goddamn drink. I ain't trying to hear it. You're not gonna see me saying, "Hey, you want to go in my pocket?" Nah, fuck that. You join if you join. If you don't, you don't. But while you're here, tomorrow, get your own. Hell, get me a drink while you're in the fridge for me, right? But anyway, today is gonna be a good day, right? I truly appreciate it. Hey, check out their channel if you want. There's new content creators up and coming, good stuff. You know what I'm saying? You says you could hear the passion. He's all about that PlayStation greatness. And Marsman, I'm gonna tell you, man. He's trying his best to pretend Halo Infinite's a good game, but he tries. He's doing his goddamn darndest, but
let me interject.
He's cracking. He's cracking.
I'm just looking for a PlayStation success. What I'm looking for is for Xbox and Sony have the same amount of IPs that's out right now. But that's not gonna happen. So I could care less.
Let me defend myself.
My man's trying.
No, listen. All I know is that I have every console possible, so I'm a fan. Of
oh, that sounds familiar, guys. We heard that. I own all consoles. We know where that starts. Now, please.
And PC.
At the end of the day, I grew up on Halo, so I'm a lifelong Halo guy.
Oh
so
shit!
Hold on.
But they're killing your childhood.
Hey, before we start, real quick, man. Hey, to the chat. Do y'all think y'all gonna see Final Fantasy VII Remake on Game Pass? Please answer to this.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, that was what we talked about on the podcast. That was what we talked on the on your podcast. Oh, here we go. Oh shit. Microsoft about to drop that back. Yo, that's good. Yo, hey, chat, say yes, because you're gonna break Use's heart.
No.
Because he'll say yes, because he'll quit gaming.
Is gonna come and break into my house. That's what he told me.
Say no.
Say yes.
Nope and nope.
No, just say yes for the fuckery. Say, hey, I changed my mind.
Say yes.
Change your mind. Say yes for the fuckery. Because my man's gonna quit gaming. He said he'll quit gaming if that day happens.
No, I'm gonna rob Marksman's house, man. That's the hell I'm gonna do.
As he told me, he's like, rob my house.
I'm gonna turn into red, because that's all I'm gonna see is straight red. Thank you, man. Y'all saying hell no.
Oh, sad.
Like Wapzilla said, 2063. Yeah.
2063 will happen.
I mean, old as hell, man. I could care less, man.
Shit, man. Shout out to the Brain channel member. Thank you so much for rocking. You know what I'm saying, family. Hey, shout out to the chat, man. We're getting up in here. Now, we got 75 likes for over 200 people. You know what that means? That means I'm about to hit the ad button. You know what I'm saying? I got this insert ad feature. If y'all don't want to hit the like, that's cool. I'll just hit y'all with the Metamucil commercial.
Oh boy.
Get that Viagra commercial, Metamucil, you know, Preparation H, where you can stick that shit up your butt. You got some Preparation H. You know what I'm saying?
Bismol in there,
you know what I'm saying? We could get Preparation H tutorials. You know what I'm saying? You know, so if you don't want to see an ad on how to use Preparation H, just hit the like button, or we're gonna hit that insert ad, and it's not gonna be non-skippable. It's gonna be non-skippable. So I'm just playing, man. But yeah, no, I truly appreciate you guys rocking out, coming through. But anyway, so we're gonna talk about the first topic. All right. Let me share my screen. We're gonna talk about PlayStation Stars. If y'all play Resident Evil 3, you got Nemesis like Stars. Introducing PlayStation Stars, an all-new loyalty program. Join for free, complete campaigns, and earn rewards. From Grace Chen, Vice President of Network Advertising, Loyalty, and Licensed Merchandise. Wait, hold up. What kind of job title is that? Loyalty. Vice President of Network Advertising, Loyalty.
I'm gonna tell you what it means.
What does that mean? Is she trying to create? Is she trying to create PlayStation slaves up in here or something?
I'm gonna tell you what loyalty means.
Grace Chen, I'm watching you.
I'm freaking loyal to my own plat.
I'm just saying.
I don't want to play something on this platform. But I don't want to play Mario on Sony consoles.
But she in charge of loyalty. Loyalty what?
Yeah, I think it's just saying, hey, stick to PlayStation, do some story stuff, just play some games, and you'll get some points.
Oh, all right. I'm
watching
Grace Chen. What's Grace Chen?
That kind of sounds lit to me too, because I feel like
Hold on. Listen. I may be a PlayStation dude, but when I smell something, Grace Chen. Can we see a photo? We need to identify who Grace Chen is, because this loyalty thing, I don't know. This is suspect. Anyway, you know what? Don't worry, guys. I'm on the job. I'll find out. this loyalty. Because I ain't trying to get a crew of PlayStation ambassadors. Nah, we're not doing that. We're not accepting no PlayStation ambassador in our community who don't play games. Anyway, but back to the topic. It says, throughout our company's 27-year history, we have been continually moved by how meaningful gaming experiences can create fond, lifelong memories for players. All of us at PlayStation take special joy in creating unique products and experiences that delight our fans. This includes everything from our consoles and critically acclaimed games to community challenges such as Seize the Throne and Treat Codes, to digital live events including State of Play. Today I'm pleased to reveal PlayStation Stars, a brand new loyalty program that celebrates you, the player, for being on this ever-growing gaming journey with us. PlayStation Stars will be free to join when it launches later this year. Once you become a member, you'll earn rewards by completing a variety of campaigns and activities. Our monthly check-in campaign simply requires you to play any game to receive a reward, and while other campaigns require you to win tournaments, earn specific trophies, or even be the first player to platinum a blockbuster title in your local time zone. All PlayStation Stars members will have an opportunity to earn loyalty points. Points can be redeemed in a catalog that may include PSN wallet funds and select PlayStation Store products. As an additional benefit, PlayStation Plus members enrolled in PlayStation Stars automatically earn points for purchase on PlayStation Store. Also part of PlayStation Stars, we are unveiling a new type of reward called digital collectibles. Collectibles are as diverse as our portfolio of products and franchises. They are digital representations of things that PlayStation fans enjoy, including figurines of beloved and iconic characters from games and other forms of entertainment, as well as cherished devices that tap into Sony's history of innovation. There will always be a new collectible to earn, an ultra-rare collectible to strive for, and something surprising to collect just for fun. We hope this new program brings to mind past gaming memories while making you excited for the future with PlayStation, commemorating the gaming era we created together, charting new paths to explore, and bringing players together for global celebrations. This is just the beginning for PlayStation Stars, and the program will continue to evolve over time. We currently doing some early tests on this program before launching it later this year in the phased regional rollouts. We hope you enjoy the program once it launches. We'll be back with more updates in the future. Thanks for reading. All right. So we'll start with Mars Gaming, because Uses, I feel like he's gonna be the nuclear option. So we're gonna start with Mars. We're gonna calm, and then we're gonna elevate. So what do you think about this, Mars?
I think it's smart. I mean, at the end of the day, they have had programs like this before in other companies. You have Nintendo, I think, has their own version in Nintendo Shop. They have Xbox has the Microsoft Rewards. It was originally made for Bing, but then they just added it to all Microsoft games and stuff like that. So having Sony, I was surprised they haven't made it earlier, but it's essentially the same thing, and I think it's smart. I think you want people to play on your titles, and you want to reward them for doing achievements, right? If every time you do an achievement, you get some points. You can use it either for a gift card or for a figurine or whatever, and I think it's a good thing. I mean, it rewards the people who have been constantly playing on these Sony titles already, who have been doing all these campaign missions or speed runs or every like trophy hunting and stuff. I think at the end of the day, it rewards those people and it incentivizes you continually to play. Like, I think it's a good idea. Okay. Nothing wrong with it.
Okay. Do you have any concerns about it? I know they already mentioned, I think in Twitter, no NFTs or anything like that.
Yeah, that was the only thing I was like at first concerned, but then I read articles that it's not an NFT. Now, granted, I gotta see it to believe it. It's one of those things where you said it before, like companies can say one thing and then they come out and it's like completely different, and you're like, yeah, this is an NFT. Now, I think what they said about the the digital figurines, I would have rather it be physical. Like, if you get a certain achievements, hey, you earn this physical figurine or something like that. But I would have to look at the costs of everything, and I'm sure that would be a lot. So I think that the issue, I guess, would be what is the limits or the requirements for you to earn, like to do the minimalist things. Like if you're comparing to others, Microsoft's like you would have to play a lot or things like that to get like gift cards, right? And I think like a lot of times it's like raffles. Like you can put a ticket in for like 500 credits or something, and getting 500 credits might be difficult to do. So if there's Sony's following in that aspect, how much amount of play counts for a certain amount of credits, right? And you want it to be fair. I get it. You don't want to give out everything for free, and I completely understand that. But at the same time, you also want to make these things attainable. Like if you make this outrageous, then it's not really the greatest thing. If you make it attainable, then that's good. I think Sony does the right move by doing a loyalty program.
Okay. All right. Okay, good. Good point. All right. Uses, what do you think about this? What you like? Whether it sounds good?
I'm just going to put it like this. All right. Since I wasn't, really more knowledgeable with, the PlayStation Star, but from what I got from it was that Nintendo and Microsoft was already doing it, and PlayStation Star is like a new thing for the Sony platform. So like, from what I got from it, I saw that they were like saying like if you're premium or extra or whatever tier you are, premium gets extra points or whatever rewards they get. So with that being said, I like that they said that, because that's just gonna tell me that there's gonna be a lot of people subscribing to Spartacus.
Oh shit! To the premium tier.
Yep.
Oh shit! Maybe.
Yep. And I kept telling all you Sony guys, listen, Just wait, relax. Let these Game Pass guys keep running their mouth, woo, this and that, because I'm telling you this, Spartacus is gonna be up there. I ain't gonna say they're gonna be up there like right away, but they're gonna have their success.
Yeah, but see, here's the only thing, and I'm sorry, but
now wait before we move that topic, I'm gonna let y'all battle up. But I want to bring up one point. So the rewards program is not a new thing for PlayStation. Sony had a program called Sony Rewards, right? Which was a Sony Rewards program throughout all of Sony, and if you link your PlayStation account, you would get rewards doing stuff like that. The only problem was it was only limited to the United States. Europe and Japan didn't have it. It was very niche. It wasn't really well designed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you did get money and credit and stuff like that, but it just wasn't a very good program because it was mostly based for like TVs and all this other weird shit. And it seems like they just included... It wasn't a PlayStation-centric program. It was a Sony rewards program, and they just included PlayStation, which is why it didn't work well. Anyway, go on. Say what y'all were going to say.
The only thing I was saying was, like, I don't think this is going to make people get premium. I think... Premium is like you have to get the games, you got to get the deals that makes people want to get premium. I don't know if this is going to push the envelope. And in Puerto Rico, I do remember like a PlayStation program. I just didn't really necessarily like take too mind of it.
Yeah, it was Sony Rewards because, like I said, it was actually what's funny is you had to sign up for Sony
library though.
Well, hold up.
Better library.
Oh shit! Why don't you wait?
Premium or Game Pass?
Well, we're not. Listen.
No. Okay. At the end of the day, Pepper Reg is on Game Pass and it's not on PlayStation.
If we want to talk about Game Pass and all that, then that's one thing. But if we're talking about the Stars program, I'll just say, like, I don't think this is gonna set the dial in motion to say go get Sony Stars program. I think at the end of the day, this is a good thing for Sony players from over the globe. In Puerto Rico, you're right. If this is a kind of now adding everybody instead of it just being what it was before with the United States only, then I agree. This is great. I think, is this change everything? Not really. I mean, other programs have done this before, and I think a lot of people, even in chat, was like, yeah, I guess they had those programs. I didn't really care about them because that's the point. This is not necessarily groundbreaking, but yeah, it's a cool thing. When it comes to Game Pass and versus, PlayStation Plus, Essential or whatever, Premium, I think the biggest thing for people is, do you get bang for your buck, right? And like I said before, and I said this on the podcast, that if you're a Sony fan that is not looking to get Xbox or Game Pass or anything, this is a good deal for you, right? I think you're going to get more than what you had beforehand. But if you're someone who doesn't have neither Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, and you're sitting here as a PC guy, and you're like, all right, what would I choose? You'd probably choose Game Pass because it has Game Pass PC. Sony doesn't have that. You would have to buy a gaming console, $500 or $450, and then get PlayStation Plus, right? So at the end of the day, for a consumer who is not associated with Xbox or PlayStation, you're going to probably choose Game Pass because of the amount of money you pay for the amount of titles you have. Not saying that, like, oh, this is the automatic dub, because at the end of the day, I have both Game Pass and PlayStation Plus as a premium. I have both of them because I'm a fan of both, and I want to compare them. I want to say, what does PlayStation give you versus what does Xbox give you? And I want to see after some time and say, hey, what is the difference and who wins in that fight? I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's really based on your situation and what you want to buy.
Uses?
Man, listen.
He's like, I ain't trying to hear that bullshit.
No. I hear what he's saying, though, man. I do. I truly do.
Okay, all right, good go. So, as far as PlayStation Stars, like I said, to chime in, that Sony had a program called Sony Rewards. It was poorly implemented for the PlayStation user, because Sony Rewards, you had to go to the Sony Rewards website and do everything there. It wasn't even integrated or easy to use for the PlayStation user. So most people didn't even know. I just caught it because I got like an email one time and I'm like, Sony Rewards. And then when I went to it, it gave me information to link my account, and that's how I joined. But like I said, the Sony Rewards was mostly for Sony, which means if you were, phones, laptops, well, Sony didn't make laptops no more, but you know what I mean. If you probably knew about it if you purchase online other Sony products. Like if you went to the Sony store and bought a TV, camera, movies, you would know about the Sony Rewards program. But it wasn't very well, and it seems like they just included PlayStation under that. While this seems more like a PlayStation specific rewards program and more, I would just say, deliberate, I would say. So I think this is all right. So cool. But anyway, I'm interested to see more. It seems like anybody who's has a PlayStation account will be enrolled into it. I'm interested to see if there's more tiers to this. As let's say PlayStation Extra guys will have extra benefits and PlayStation Premium. Do I think this is going to cause people to go from like me, like I'm an essential. I didn't sign up for Extra or Premium because I seen the library. Majority of the games that I would play, I already own. And then the games that are there that I don't own, I'm like, nah, that wouldn't. Yeah, no thanks. You see what I'm saying? Would this make me upgrade? Hell nah. This will not make me upgrade. Especially at the cost to upgrade. Sony wants me to drop. So in order to upgrade to Extra, I would have to drop $100 extra right now. Pay them $100. And because I have PlayStation Essential all the way out for 10 years. Because I used to just get them for like $30 or whatever. So I stacked. So I'm good till like 2032. If I go up to Extra, I have to give them $100 and they're going to subtract like 3 years. So my thing now ends in 2029. So I'm like, wait a fucking minute. So I'm going to give you $100 and I lose 3 years? And for what? To play some shit I don't want to play anyway? I'm like, nah, that's too much money. Like, nah, that's just too much. I'm giving you $100 and losing 3 years to access games that I really don't care to access. That's just my situation. That's why I didn't do it. Nah, but I just keep the way I'm going, and I could buy these games for like $10 if I really want to play them. But that's just my choice. Yeah. But this definitely ain't gonna make me upgrade just to get extra cartoon characters or avatars or whatever. It's not, because I have to, in order to upgrade, I need to cough up 100, and they're gonna shortchange me my subscription and end it on 2029. I'm like, no, sir. No,
hey,
thanks, but
I
no
want to
thanks.
interject right quick.
I want to tell
you guys.
Keep the cap small, bro.
There is one game that would literally make everybody go to premium.
What game?
And they're literally paying $200 for this game on Amazon.
What game?
No, hell no.
What game?
Fight for New York. You telling me people are paying $200? Yes, you telling people are paying $200 just to play that game? Bro, I'm telling you, that game went straight to premium, bro. That's how Microsoft fans gonna be looking like right now. The look that you give me right now. Yep, that look
this
right
guy,
there.
Yo, this guy
that
said,
look right
this
there,
guy,
man.
Yo, my man used to
Fight for New York will ruin the whole out of Game Pass. Cause bro, we can also agree that if Premium and Game Pass were around the same time, we can agree that PlayStation do have a better library than Microsoft.
You're asking, does it have a better library? You're asking?
I said we can all agree that it does.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think so.
Hold up.
But my thing is, I don't think necessarily that game would push people to pay the extra. Like Porter Rock kind of said, it's based on situation and what you're really willing to play and buy. Like, I think the biggest thing, in my opinion, and when it comes to PlayStation Plus Premium, is I think the biggest games are, you have to buy them anyway, right? And I don't necessarily think most people are going to say, hey, I'm going to pay the extra money for games I necessarily don't feel like playing, right? I think, honestly, I think you're going to get a good deal no matter which one of the tiers you pick. I picked the highest one because I have the highest on Game Pass. I want to test out and compare them, right? And that's just my point of view.
Yo, so this is what we capping for, dog. We cap, dog. We saying we gonna sign up for premium for this.
But y'all signed up for big though. Come
on now. I ain't signed up for who you? Why you keep saying you? Who's you? You keep saying you. I ain't signed up for no Pepper damn pig. Look at this shit. My man said you signed up. Who's you? What language? Yo, Mars, what language is he speaking? He keeps saying you. Who's he talking to?
I don't know. Maybe he's talking to me. I don't know if he's talking to me.
I think he's talking to you. No, he ain't talking to me.
He's like keeps adding Porter Rock and he's like clapbacks, man. I'm like, I don't know if Porter Rock is like looking at this game as being the changing thing.
This is it right here, dog. Hey, Yusuf, man. This is it right here. This is what we doing. Everybody wants to fight as Ice-T versus Sean Paul. That's what's gonna make people sign up for premium.
Dude, one thing I'll say is that this game had the craziest finishers I think I've ever seen, which was kind of like outrageously funny.
Oh,
y'all just saying it, man. Y'all just.
Oh, my man used to just kill. Yo, my man out here, he like, yo, I got little flip. Yo, oh shit. Oh man, yo, this is crazy. Yo, my man, look at my man Ice-T. Yo, I'm about to take a picture of that and I'll be like, because he's on Twitter. He's a gamer, Ice-T. On Twitter, on Twitter, his name is Final Level, meaning final level of a game. So that's he named himself, after a gaming centric thing. So he's a big time gamer. He loves gaming, right? So I'm gonna remind him. I'm like, bro, this you. This you with the first Nikes, right? You out here ready to fight Little Flip?
And then Snoop Dogg got added to a gaming esports team. I forgot which team.
Did he? I remember something.
He's big on gaming. He streams all the time. Yeah. I know that
he loves Madden. He loves Madden, man. That dude loves Madden, man. You know what I'm saying? But damn, yo, my man, yo, you crazy. All right, hey, we're gonna go. So anyway, we're gonna move on to the next topic, right? My man, Uses is crazy, bro. He said, "He who gets he who rules New York rules subscription services." Oh shit, this is wild. Anyway, okay, so I'm sharing my screen out here, but
no, don't be hating on Snoop Drip, man.
No, that's Snoop Dizzy. You know what I'm saying? That's Snoop lying right now. Here we go. So, RepeatGG tournaments. Repeat is excited to announce we are now part of Sony Interactive Entertainment family, the home of PlayStation, and many amazing game studios. Read more here. So I click on read more here, and waiting. Wow, this shit is slow. And this shit is slow, man. My internet is Play Spectrum internet. Okay, here we go. Repeat is excited to announce our next chapter, as we will be part of Sony Interactive family, the home of PlayStation many amazing game studios. This marks the most significant milestones in Repeat's history as we continue to reimagine esports and tournaments. We have been talking with SIE for some time now, as we want to ensure that our vision and goals aligned. At Repeat, we have always focused on esports for everyone. We want to bring the thrill and rush of competition to every gamer, no matter your skill level. We did this by creating automated, easy-to-enter tournaments that can scale to millions of simultaneous players, and have always focused on creating an inclusive environment where players could compete, improve, and have fun. SIE mirrors this vision, and with their support, Repeat will have the opportunity to scale and create esports events for millions of players. Our goal is to deliver some truly unique experiences at a scale we could not be able to without SIE support. This will lead the way for an amazing future for Repeat, with plenty more game titles, features, and updates, which we are excited to share with you all in due time. What does this mean for Repeat? We will have access to more resources, game titles, and technology, which will allow us to grow the team to push Repeat in directions that we had never thought would be possible. This will allow us to grow Repeat significantly over the next couple of years with plenty of new features, continuing our mission to become synonymous with esports by creating a home where everyone has a chance to compete and win. Is Repeat going to be PlayStation only? No. Repeat is a gaming community first and foremost, and will continue with that focus in mind. We will continue to support PC, mobile, and other consoles alongside PlayStation. This includes the addition of the most popular competitive game titles, regardless of what platform they're available on. What happens now? For the short term, it will be business as normal for Repeat, and we don't expect any significant changes. In the background, we will be planning, working, and as always, getting stuff done. We are so excited for the future and the ability to work alongside such a powerhouse in gaming. We can't wait to share what we have planned for the future. Thank you for those who have given us feedback, competed in tournaments, and been active in our community. The journey has only begun. Stay tuned for updates and check out our FAQ for more info. For any help setting up your account or questions you have, please join our Discord. So, we'll start with Yusuf. What do you think about this? Because this is kind of like merging with competitive online gaming, games as a service. Sony's big on, they've got Evo now also. So what do you think about this?
I think this is pretty good because what Sony struggled for the past 5 years with, bringing these type of multiplayer games, because as we can see, their rival, they're pretty, good with, bringing these community games to different platforms. So this is a big jump for Sony.
Okay, all right. Do you see any potential bad side to this? Do you see that this might? Could you potentially see? No, you think Sony be able to balance this out? Things are going to be cool, copacetic.
No, because coming from Jim Ryan's mouth, he also said that his goal is to make 10 live service games, and I think they need this.
Okay. Do you think this could draw the attention of Xbox gamers who are? Because if you notice something, right? And Mars, I'm gonna lead this into you. If you notice, Microsoft is making a lot of games, right? Or in terms of new IPs from their core studios, and the reason why I say I call them core, because these are the core studios that belong to Microsoft, right? The 343, Turn 10, whatever. And then in 2019, they acquired smaller independent studios like Ninja Theory, Compulsion Games, the RPG developers that made Outworld, the Outer World, Obsidian. Obsidian, they created the initiative. So I call them Microsoft's core studios, while Activision and Bethesda's they're part of their studios, but they bought them the way they are. They're not nurturing, making them bigger, right? If you notice from Microsoft's core studios, there's not a lot of big multiplayer new IPs they're creating other than what they already own, which is pretty much Halo and Gears and Forza or whatever, right? So now, Microsoft has a big core, a lot of gamers that are into multiplayer, right? You think this is something that could attract Xbox gamers? Be like, wait a minute, I'm a multiplayer guy, and Sony's making a whole bunch of new multiplayer games, and they're really getting into esports, which is my thing, which is what I'm about. You think this could have some type of some Xbox gamers be like, Microsoft, I see what you're doing Game Pass, but my soul is about the competitive multiplayer and esports.
And that's
and
where
Sony trying to do their thing. What do you guys think about that?
And that's where I believe that console wars will still exist.
Oh,
because
this guy,
let me tell you why.
He's like, listen, I don't want peace. I want problems. Always.
No, I don't want problems. I want what I did as a child. I want my childhood to lead with my adulthood. The things that I had to do. Okay. If I want to play this game, I gotta buy this platform.
Well, stop. Time out. No. You know what I'm saying? I have to go off topic. See, the chat is being real disrespectful right now. I'm not
paying attention to it, man.
No. I do. Listen. The chat's being real disrespectful. You see what I'm saying? I just said one simple thing. I will not hit the add button. As long as they did just one thing I asked. Do not be hyping up Boston in my channel. I don't want to see shit about Red Sox, Celtics. I don't want to see shit about Boston cream pie or baked beans. I don't want to see that shit as a super chat so shout out to Donnell Brown. Welcome to the 60 frames no like family. But let's go Boston. Oh, you thought I was that dude. Hit him with the ad. So right now I inserted an ad. I don't know. I honestly don't know how long. You see it? Like, what is it? Can you skip it?
No. So you gotta skip it in 3 seconds, I think. Yeah. Skip that. Yeah, we're good. I like that feature.
You thought I'm playing, huh? You thought I was that dude. You thought I was bluffing. Go ahead. Send another super chat with Boston shit. We will play it. This will become 60 Frames Mad Ad Podcast. You know what I'm saying? We will change this up.
I like that. I like that function. I wish I could do that to people in real life, man.
Go ahead. This will be 60 Frames, lots of ad podcasts.
Dude,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. To kind of go off what you asked me before, man. I don't know necessarily it will.
Laughs in YouTube Premium. Somebody gets laughs in YouTube Premium. But go ahead. Don't you ever let's go. But shout out to Donald Brown. I love you, my brother. Welcome to the family. All right, go ahead.
I don't know if it's gonna change Microsoft, players to jump to PlayStation 4 because of this reason. I think the biggest thing will be
4 or 5.
Well, I'm saying PlayStation. I didn't say 4.
Okay,
but I'm saying PlayStation
you
in
smoking
general.
Or something?
But I'm saying generally, I think it's because they have to come out with more shooters that are specifically made for PlayStation in that case. I think right now, if you're looking at esports for Sony games, it's COD, right? It's going to be COD is the COD or Overwatch. So the two big shooter games that are just play on PC, play on Sony.
Don't forget about Destiny too.
Multiplayer. Yeah, and Destiny, obviously, but like the whole point is that those are the games that you can say for esports. But like you said before, Microsoft's like that's their bread and butter is making first-person shooter games, like or third-person shooter games. Like that's what they do all the time. And I think this is a good stepping stone for Sony to say, hey, maybe let's try to prioritize making like a first-person shooter game that can compete with those others, so that it does give the incentive. Like I think if their plan was to get this and then say, all right, we're gonna make take all of our resources, or not all of them, but portion of it, and make a game that's a first-person shooter meant for esports, and then you might see some people jump. But I don't think this solely means that. I think this just gives them a way to have tournaments that are funded by Sony so they can make money off of it, that could also push their product. I don't necessarily means it changes too much. You know what I mean? I just think that they need more to really push the envelope to make Microsoft fans leave.
Now let me ask you this, because
no, they're not gonna leave. But also, I like what you said, Marsman, because now this is where Sony needs to be able to bring back Resistance and Killzone on the line, to where they can start.
Well, we need SOCOM, dog.
And that too,
Man, you mention all these old trash, and you don't mention SOCOM. You mention Voodoo Vince and but you don't. But out of all the shooters you mention is Killzone, you don't mention SOCOM first. That's disrespectful as hell. That's disrespectful as hell.
Dude, I was playing Resistance. I was playing Killzone. I was playing SOCOM, and that's why like all
I
those
mentioned
Fusion.
He's grabbed by the ghoulies. He even brought that out. But he don't mention SOCOM.
I was surprised. I was surprised all these titles.
Yo, hey, look, because like I said, like you said earlier, man, I don't want peace. I just want problems.
I don't want peace. I want problems.
I want equal opportunity. That's what I freaking
Hold on, let me throw something at Mars though, because like I said, Mars always sees it right now. So yes, Microsoft, Xbox has the pretty much the identity of multiplayer, right? But can you say over the last 5 years they kept up with that identity?
Have they kept up with it?
Yeah. If I'm asking you a question, over the last 5 years, have they really been living up to that? Standard.
They haven't, to be honest with you. To be honest, they need to kind of definitely give more resources to games like Halo and games like Gears of War in order to kind of keep up with that. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I know that Halo has a fan base, but the problem is that a lot of Halo fans are kind of toxic. And I kind of said this to you before, and if they're not meeting the standards that they want, then they're going to jump off the board. So you kind of have to funnel more resources into that market. Make sure that the next Gears game is going to be obviously to the standard of old classic games. Yeah, it's got to be.
So let me ask you this:
like a big game.
So let me ask you this. So I think it's safe to say that in the 21-year history of Microsoft, they're probably over the last 5 years at their lowest point when it comes to being that multiplayer king. Like if you compare now with the OG Xbox probably had a better, Halo was at its, at the back out. Yeah. I think. Oh shit! Here we go. I think 360. At 360 they were at their peak. They were the multiplayer gods. Fucking Halo 3, Gears of War was out. You know what I'm saying, right? Yeah. Xbox One. That's where you sealed the sign where things were like, wait a fucking minute. Halo 5. Even Gears of War and Gears of War 4 and 5, they were kind of like lukewarm reception. Now they're at their lowest, right? Would you think? Would you think now is where they're most exposed, and this is where Sony could really take advantage of the situation by saying, "Hey, these guys suck. We got the hits."
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think
because if not now, then it's never.
Yeah, I think here's the issue. I think Microsoft got cute, and they thought that Halo being as popular as it is would always, no matter what, be the top arena shooter, because it's not going to be like a loadout shooter like Call of Duty. Yeah, like they tried that bag with Halo 4, and like you said on the Xbox One, it just wasn't good at all.
It was
Halo
360.
5 tried to be it was 360 era, and then it was like the transition to Xbox One with Halo 5, which was trying to copy Titanfall. And the multiplayer had a lot of people playing, but the story sucked so bad that it didn't necessarily, keep people there. So I think that they got cute thinking that you don't have to funnel as much resources into that title for it to continually be successful. And I think that they're learning pretty quickly that when you don't funnel like the size of companies that increase the size of them, like 343 relatively is not as big as you said in some of these, like Naughty Dog had 1,000 people working on it, like you said on the podcast. 343 doesn't have that size, right? And I think that's a fault on Microsoft. Like, it's like you got to give your biggest IPs more people working on it in order for it to be full, right? And I honestly think the same thing has to be said about the Coalition in Gears of War. I think Gears of War, they got cute with because it was pretty big as an esports game, and same thing with Halo. I mean, Halo has a Halo Championship Series, which is still decently popular, but it needs to get better. But I do agree that this is a chance, but I don't see Sony making a Mag 2 or a Resistance, game or a Killzone Revival, because they haven't shown any signs that they give a crap about any of those titles. Those titles have been gone for a while, and they never budged on any of them because they're the kings at making those, the first person or third person story games. Like, they're the kings at those. So they're like, hey, we make a crap ton of money on it. My opinion is, if they do make Mag 2, I love Mag when it was on PlayStation. I played the game all the time. I liked Killzone. I liked Socom. They love Resistance, but they haven't brought those games back, and I don't see them ever doing that.
So
that's the downside.
So I could say they haven't brought them back because they didn't have. I guess that wasn't the focus right at the time. But there's 10 live service games. We just don't know what they are, and they bought Bungie primarily because they wanted access to the talent. I think we talked about that, but they want access to the major talent that can help them deliver these multiplayer experiences, and Bungie's really good at that. Now, what titles are in the peak? I think Socom's a good bet that might come out because gamers has been asking. I don't know about Killzone, but Socom has been asked for a long time, and that was probably Sony's biggest shooter for a while in terms of the franchise. You're right. I'm not sure about Mag. To me, Mag was a game that was created too early in his life. That game should have been in the middle of PS4's life cycle and not PS3. Because that game was good. It's just...
Yeah, I like that game. It was too ambitious.
It was too ambitious, and it was too ambitious for the PlayStation 3 and for the network PlayStation was rocking for the PlayStation 3. It probably would have been more successful if it would have launched on the PS4 instead. Maybe even better on the PS5 because it was an ambitious game. And the gameplay was good, but boy, I think it was born too early. Killzone? Oh, I don't know about that one.
I have a question.
What's up?
Even though we're talking about shooters, do you guys think they're gonna bring back MotorStorm?
I hope not.
Why not?
I can't. You must not be watching my channel. I can't stand racing games, bro.
No, hold on.
I can't stand racing games.
Do you think Do you think they're gonna bring Resistance since you got that in your background?
Oh, so Resistance? I hope so. I hope at least they make a remake, man. I hope they make a remake. I think if they made a remake of a full blown remake of Resistance, that would fucking sell. Because that was a good game, but again, it was on the PlayStation 3. You know what I'm saying? To put this as an example, The Last of Us, the first one was on the PlayStation 3 and it sold 10 million. Sony decided to take that game and remaster it, and that shit sold 10 million on the PlayStation 4. You know what I'm saying? And Sony, I think there were certain games. PlayStation 3 was a bad gen in terms for PlayStation for a lot of reasons. It created great games, but that console, because how they launched it, it really held its full potential back, right? And some of the games, it truly held back its full potential. With the cell processor, how difficult it was to develop. Some of those games I felt was too early for that console. Mag is one of them. I think Mag would have had much more success during the PS4 era than the PS3. I think Resistance would be much more successful today if they remake it. I think Heavenly Sword would be much more successful. I think Heavenly Sword, one of the biggest drawbacks was that it was 30 frames. And action games at 30 frames is really hard to chew on. I think if they remade Heavenly Sword on a PS5, obviously make it longer because it was only 4 hours. Well, make it a better campaign.
Let me interject, because Heavenly Sword is now a Ninja Theory game. So Ninja Theory is owned by
No. So Ninja Theory developed it, but the IP is owned by Sony. So Sony, the thing about Sony is, if you make a game for Sony, you're just developing the IP that they own. So for example, the reason why Sunset Overdrive was on Xbox and not on PlayStation, because PlayStation wanted to own the IP, and Insomniac wanted to keep it for themselves. And the only people that was willing to, produce it, to publish it, while not own it, was Microsoft. So that's why Insomniac was able to own Sunset Drive. So Sony don't play that. Sony, there's very few people that they're willing to say, hey. And to be honest, I think, I can't even think, because even Death Stranding, while yes, it's on PC and whatever, the IP is owned by PlayStation. That IP doesn't belong to Kojima. It's owned by PlayStation, but he just finagled it to allow it to go on PC because it's part of PC strategy. But Sony don't play that. Like, if Sony says, hey, we're going to make a game, but this shit's ours, it belongs to... So Heavenly Sword is theirs. Even though it's, it was made by Ninja Theory. So somebody else can make it.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing, I think, and the smart thing by Sony was to buy Bungie, right? Because now... could make they could make an exclusive,
but they won't. They won't. No, they said no.
That's the thing. They won't. Yeah.
They told. They said no.
Make exclusive.
They won't. Bungie will not make an exclusive. They already said right off the.
Make what exclusive?
Their games to PlayStation.
Make a game. Yeah, I would say make a new game, a shooter that's exclusive. But
they won't,
because that would be. And I know they won't, but that would be a smart move because then say, hey, we have a to give you the truth, that like obviously Destiny is like a branch off of how the old Halos were, and it was kind of like a Reach, right? Halo Reach and how it played. So essentially, like you could take people from Microsoft because it's similar to that, but they're not making it exclusive, and essentially, like I thought they're missing an opportunity on that.
No, they're not making Destiny exclusive, but I can tell you, whatever new IP that they're coming up with, that will be exclusive.
No, they already said no. They already said no. Really? Listen, day one, from the day they first announced that this was going to happen, they said, "Hey,
it was just only for Destiny."
No, they said they're already.
Basically, what they're doing is they're just using Bungie to help them out.
Yes, that's it. So Bungie already said right from the moment they first mentioned the acquisition, they said their next multiplayer is multiplayer. In fact, technically speaking, Bungie doesn't fall directly under PlayStation Studios. They're kind of like they have their own, so kind of like what Bethesda did. They fall under Sony, but they're their own entity. They control their own stuff. The only thing Sony's doing is providing money, resources, and publishing support. But decision making and stuff like that's all in Bungie's hands. Bungie decides everything. And that was the deal. That was one of the main requirements.
This proves my point that Activision's still gonna be multiplayer. Thank you.
I know. Well, I think we all agreed on that. But
for the most part, I think most games, like Overwatch 2 is multiplayer.
It's all games. Yeah. Phil Spencer want to be the richest.
No, I don't know about all games.
It may not be all, but
I'm pretty sure.
I think there's gonna be some games that they're gonna do.
Activision's gonna be making some fried, juicy chicken money, bro.
Oh shit! But I think there's gonna be some games that are exclusive, maybe smaller ones. I can see Microsoft's got to have at least a few exclusives, even if it's timed, because they got to boost up Game Pass. They need to boost up Game Pass somehow.
I mean, at the end of the day, and I was going to ask you, Porter Rock, which game do you think a shooter game that Sony could make that could push the envelope, like to say, hey, maybe you want to buy a PlayStation and jump and play.
They got. Socom. I'm telling you,
would be the game.
That's the game. Socom. That's the game. That's Socom. So there was an article I read, and I'll pull it up. You know what? I'm not even gonna say it. Let me look it up. Somebody make a comment because let me see. Am I sharing my screen? Because I don't want. Yeah. So let me see if I'm not mistaken, and then I'll show you screen. Let's see. Let me show you something. Okay, here we go. See, I didn't want to say it because the moment I said it, people would think I'm capping and making up some bullshit. So I'm gonna share my screen and show y'all. Okay, look how big Socom was. Socom 2. This was Socom 2, and they look historically logged more player hours than all of Xbox Live when Socom 2 was at its height. As the summer months continue warm up, PlayStation 2 gamers are beating the heat and beating up each other by playing more games online. We are seeing a huge uptick in the amount of games that are playing online since early May. Perhaps it's because school has ended and gamers are finding more time to frag their friends online, or maybe it's purely due to beating the heat waves. But the numbers don't lie. There has been a marked increase in the numbers of online players to the top online console game, Socom 2 US Navy SEALs. Here are some of the few updated numbers of Socom 2. Stay tuned for more great Socom 2 in a year. Since May 1st, 2000, Socom has averaged 373,000 player hours per day. By itself, Socom 2 is logging more player hours daily than all Xbox titles worldwide. That's Socom 2, bro. That shit, I'm telling you, bro. That game was the godson, bro. Oh my god, everybody was playing that motherfucker.
Dude, and I used to play all those games like Resistance, and Killzone, and I used to play all those games. Me and my brother and Mag, dude, we used to go crazy over Mag. But that's the only thing I kind of miss on Sony was some more of those shooter games, because Sony had its own like kind of identity in some of these games. Like Resistance was unique. I like the way it played and I like the story. But I want to see a return in some way. And maybe you're right, Porrak, on the fact that because it was a PS3 and during that era, PS3 didn't really do as well in strategy-wise and getting more people to buy the games. And maybe that's why they're fearing that, hey, maybe it's not the shooters that get people to come by and it's more about these story games that do it. But having a good mixture, having like the great story games they have already, having in a nice plethora of like Socom and Resistance like that would get more people to jump ship or at least buy a PlayStation as well and be own multiple consoles.
Okay. So what do you think, Yusuf? All right, so let me get a super chat. I got Bobo. He says they are part of PS Studios. Check Bungie Twitter. So
they are.
Yeah. Wait. So
with that being said, you can't just sell me with Bungie. If they come up with a whole new IP, that's still gonna be multiplayer.
No, they already said it.
Well, they're dumb for that.
No, but that's the deal. Sony, listen, Bungie was not gonna sell. They were not gonna be part of PlayStation if PlayStation was gonna force them to be, exclusive to just PlayStation PC. They were not gonna do that. So that's part of the deal. That's why PlayStation was able to acquire them. Remember, they left Microsoft.
The guy who's under Bungie is a Microsoft fan.
No, not Microsoft fan. Remember, they left Microsoft for that same reason.
And
they left. They don't care about Microsoft. They only care about overall. They just Bungie just cares about gamers. They don't care about platforms. Gamers. Wherever the gamers are, they want their games to reach gamers. If it's on PC, it's on PC. Hell, if it wasn't for Nintendo being so shortchanged, they would probably put their games on the Switch too if they could. Like if it actually supported their stuff. But ultimately, they just want to reach gamers. That's it. They don't really care about the whole.
So can we conclude this part? Are we gonna see the OG Halos on PlayStation? No.
Hell no.
Thank you.
Yeah, but the OG Halos are owned by Microsoft, not Bungie. Bungie don't own them.
Okay. Thank you. Because all these Xbox, man, they think they're so well educated in the gaming world. No, you're not. Sorry.
But why would Halo go over because of Bungie?
And
that's the thing. That's the thing. Why would Game Pass go to PlayStation, Mars, man?
Oh, that's different though.
I never said that.
I said that.
Your green shirt on though.
No, I said that. I said this. To defend myself, I said if Sony allowed it, Microsoft, Phil Spencer will have no issues putting Game Pass on PlayStation because his ultimate goal is to spread Game Pass. His ultimate goal isn't really to compete with Sony, whatever. In that sense, he's only doing it because Sony's making moves in their own lane with games and services, whatever. But if Sony were to cut this whole PS Plus bullshit out, and they'll say, you know what, or they could still do their PS Plus shit, but also have Game Pass, boy, you best believe Phil would jump on put Game Pass on 100 million game console subscribers?
Of course, yeah. He would do it. He would do it, but I wouldn't see it happening.
That's why, man. You guys wanted to have, man.
No, I don't listen.
Man. I don't want to see it, but I could see it if they let them do it.
Listen, me telling you 1 + 1 = 2 doesn't mean 2 is my favorite number. I'm just telling you the math. My favorite number is 7. But I'm not going to tell you 1 + 1 = 7 just because 7 is my favorite number. That's not how it works.
It's just like Final Fantasy 7 will get the Game Pass, right?
No, it's because
shit.
Shit.
Oh shit. Hold on. All right, so let me pull up the last topic. Let me go to his account real quick. But this deals with Kojima, and he had an interesting opinion. I caught it. Some people caught it. But a lot of people didn't. But let me put it up, okay? Let me get my homeboy. Where you at? Let me get my homeboy. But where you at? Now I gotta scroll through all this shit.
I see. Someone just said there's no reason for Xbox if Game Pass goes to PlayStation. Bro, everybody's gonna buy PlayStation consoles.
Sure, but I'm gonna fuck. But you best subscribe to that Game Pass. You gotta give that man money.
Hell no, man.
I mean, it's not like Microsoft consoles sell a lot anyway.
It don't
So
matter.
you're not hurting
I
him.
want Microsoft to compete, man. That's why I brought up those.
He is competing. He's competing with Game Pass.
Just Game Pass.
Yeah, that's
what first party games though?
What happened?
What first party games do Game Pass have compared to what Sony has? None.
But you don't need to. You only paying $10 a month. What you want? What you want? What you
I
need?
want quality. I want massive.
For $10? You sound like that dude that's mad. He has to pay another $10 to play Halo because he already spent $1 on it.
Hey man, listen. To the chat, did all you guys already pre-order Ragnarok? I know.
Yusa got pissed off when I told him, "Hey, I bought it digitally." He's like, "What? You need to go old school."
He almost broke into my house, dude. He almost broke into my house.
Bro, I'm not waiting online no more. I don't walk into GameStop stores no more. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I'll get it through Amazon and have that shit delivered.
You're just sleeping on the most nostalgic feeling, man. That's sad, bro. I love going to the store, buying that game, and then put that
disc breaks, man.
Hold on. What if you have no internet?
He scraps.
Yeah, when you download it.
But the internet will come.
Hold on. You want to know what's funny? Hold on, I'm about to tell you something. So I had disconnect the internet off my PlayStation.
Where is it at?
Right? No, hold on. Listen. So I disconnect the internet off my PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
So I was trying to play. What game was it? Hold on. Let me look at it right quick.
Wait a minute though. You could play PlayStation games without internet.
I'm gonna tell you.
Depending on the game though, you can't play Destiny obviously.
No, I was trying to play. No, hold on.
I thought you could download the game.
I was trying to play Returnal. It turned out that I needed to be online just to play the game. I'm not finished. And this game that I actually bought digitally, Samurai Jack, I need to be online or turn the thing to
Samurai Jack is
offline mode. Yes.
No, but is it an online game or something?
No, it's not an online game. So again, there's pros and cons with buying games physical and buying games digital.
No, because all right. So this is why. So a lot of people think that physical and digital are two separate. It really isn't, because at the end of the day, they both run off the hard drive. At the end of the day, they both run off the hard drive, right? So let's say like God of War, right? God of War Ragnarok. You bought it physically. Mm-hmm. I bought it digitally. I'm downloading it, installing it into the hard drive. You bought the disc. The console's going to read the disc and install the game data onto the hard drive. So me and you, Yusuf, we're both playing the game off the SSD. The only difference is I have a digital key that shows I own it. You have a physical key to show that you own it. But if the internet both goes out, we both playing the game because we both have the key. The only time you have issues with the licensing key is either it's an online-centric game, but let's say in this case God of War is not online-centric. The only way for me not to be able to play God of War is if I game share. Now that's where shit gets funny. If you game share and the internet goes out, you are locked out of your games because the only games you're able to play is the games whoever you game shared with. Because the way game share work is you're switching rights. You know, let's say me and you, Yusuf, me and you game share. Let's say we decide to game share, right? What's going to happen is I'm going to tell you, hey, Yusuf, this is my account information. Log on and set my account as your primary device. That means your console actually belongs to me. And then you're going to give me your login information. I'm going to log in and I'm going to set my console as a primary device for you. Now, I get to play all your games. You get to play all my games. And the way I get to play my games is I have to be logged on my account in order to access my games. And you have to be logged on, to your account to access your games. The moment your internet goes out, the console thinks that that's Porterrock's console. So when you log on without internet, you'd be like, damn, I only have access to Porterrock's games. That's because the console says, yeah, dummy, I'm Porterrock's console. That is what you did. Yeah. And the same thing for me. If the internet is out for me, I got Yusef's console in my house. Because so that's how game sharing works. We switch.
Yeah, that's why I do it.
And we switch, and that's the issue with that. But for the most part, if you don't do that, if you set your console as yours and mine set as mine, and the internet goes out, the console recognizes, no, this is Porterrock's console. These are Porterrock's keys. You can still play your game, Porterrock, unless it's an online-centric game like Destiny, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite. Then obviously you need internet to play those games because of the internet, because of the online functionality. So that's how it works. So it's really only when you share, whatever. That's when the game share. That's when things get funny, when the internet goes out.
Yeah, and that's the only reason why I do that more often than physical, because I always game share with my brother. So at the end of the day, it's like
because if you buy that digital, you both get access to it. And if you alternate,
and you know what,
it's kind of like you're only paying $30.
You know who you are to your brother, Marsman? You're a Game Pass to him because you want to share with your brother. You don't want him buying games.
I'm a brother. I'm a brother. So I'm trying to help my brother.
No, I do the same too. But I started realizing, my brother, man, you could buy games too, man. Come on now. But no, also I want to say two things before we move on to the the main topic. So Marsman, your question was, what happened if your disc break, right? Mm-hmm. How old are we and we still breaking discs in 2022? Hey, come on, man.
I'm saying the difference between digital. I'm just telling you the difference between digital and disc is that if something happens to the disc, you can't find the disc, it breaks, something, because anything can happen.
Take care of your stuff.
Well, guess what? Some people don't. And then what happens?
Well, I'm not some people.
No more.
I'm not
saying you, USAS. I ain't saying USAS, you're going to break your disc. I said, what happens if that occurs? Digital it saves, it's automatic, and you got cloud saving when it comes to your progress, right? That's a big thing too. So you don't have to always carry around your hard drive everywhere. It's about the cloud storage on your saves, right? I think that's kind of the big thing for me. I think saving it, I can go from one Xbox on PlayStation to another. It saves. It's as simple as that. And I do it for all consoles. I do it on my Nintendo Switch. I do it for all of them, right? At the end of the day, I don't have to worry about a cartridge or losing one of those tiny cartridges on Switch. I'd rather not deal with that. I'd rather just do digital, make it simple.
You too paranoid. And another thing I want to talk about before we move to the main topic. Okay, so I had mad love, respect for this guy. He was the one that got me into, like wanting to stream, this and that. But from what I remember, what he did whenever the PS5 was, released. So he had the physical copy, right?
Of a game? Which game?
No, just the physical console. He had the physical console.
With the disc, you mean?
Yes, with the disc.
Okay.
But yet, he's all digital.
Yeah.
So I guess he found someone or whatever. He found a digital console because he just wanted digital. I don't get it. So my thing is, do you think it was dumb for that particular person to sell his physical console for a digital console because the only thing he does is play is digital when you could just play digital on your physical copy?
So you're saying he bought the $500 PlayStation?
Yeah, physical.
Yeah, the one with the disc,
one.
the $500 one. Yeah. And he decided to trade it out for the $400 one.
Yes, because he only plays digital.
Yeah, but what's the difference? He could still play only digital on the 500. Why even put in the energy?
I don't know, man. And I always questioned that, and I'm just like, bro, like, you could have just kept that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just don't understand. I mean, unless he sold it for $500, $600, $700, and then bought the new console for $400 and made some money.
Most definitely he did. But
that's about the only thing I could think. I think just to make the extra $300 or $200, I could see maybe that.
Yeah, you broke as hell.
I'm just saying, man.
Oh, these games are
$70. The shit don't pay for
that's fine. That's fine. Last of Us Part 1, dude.
Yeah, man, that's the Last of Us Part 1.
Mars,
I personally listen. I will always buy. I would not buy an old digital console because sometimes you see amazing deals on physical games. Like I said, I bought Cyberpunk for $8, and I bought Avengers for like $5, brand new, not even used, like brand new, from like Amazon and shit and Best Buy. It just happened. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes disc, you be seeing some crazy because they're just trying to get it off the shelf. They're like, man, just get this shit off the shelf. We don't give a fuck if we sell it for $5. It's just gotta go. And I'd be like, yep, I'm copping. But anyway, we back to here. I found this. So this is Hideo Kojima, right? So Hideo said, it was the dawn of the game industry when I entered the industry. Games were disposable toys. In this environment, I hope to create games that would be supported for 50 years, just like classic movies. And let's see, am I sharing my screen? Yes, I am. Yeah, oh, cool. All right. And then 2 of 2. However, unlike movies, software, hardware, and taste have a short lifespan. Even if the images and objects survive, they cannot be played. Still, it has survived as a meme. So what do you think about his quote that, when Kojima first entered, he wanted to create games that would, like the Scarface, French Connection, Gone with the Wind, The Godfather, movies that are timeless. And there's a couple of things. So we'll start, I'll start off with that. you know, movies that are timeless and people will watch forever and ever. You know, what's that shit? Dorothy, fucking, you know, Yellow Brick, Wizard of Oz, timeless movies, right? Some movies, Charlie Brown, you know, some things are timeless and will always be played. How do you feel that games I mean, there are some retro gamers, right? It almost seems like it's a niche community of people who do it. While in movies, it's not niche. It's actually pretty common to people to watch old movies, right? How do you feel about his thought? And we'll start with Mars this time. That gaming technically isn't as common for like that backlog and things to survive decades after decades. How do you feel about that?
I think he's kind of right. Unfortunately, it's the fact that like you already said this, Porter Rock. Like you can go watch, Godfather, and like as many times you want, and that's a movie that's come out so many years ago, and people can watch it today and still have a great time. And I think that like Kojima, some of his games he made, in my opinion, are timeless. Like look at the Metal Gear Solid series that he kind of helped develop and created. And I can still play those games, but it's kind of that trend that we see a lot of just remasters happening all the time. It's like people can't play the old games and they have to get like a change, a remaster, or like a Master Chief Collection, or like one of those collections of games that kind of revamp them or try to bring them to the modern day standards. And people don't want to play those classics the way they were. I mean, sometimes people make the games in that light because that's what they wanted to do. They didn't want it to be changed. And I think he's kind of talking about it in a certain way. And sometimes I think you can change some games. I think that, and we talked about this on the podcast, I would want to see a Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater remake. I want to see that game kind of brought into the modern look and say, hey, I want to look like Metal Gear Solid 5 in a way, right? And I also do agree with him saying that a lot of times gaming industry right now, it's never like about playing the retro in the way they were. It's about bringing them to the modern age. And some people like remasters and some people don't. But I do agree with what he's saying. It's different when it comes to gaming.
So I like what you point out because it's true, right? There are some games I will not play because it's nostalgic. And I know if I play it, like for example, Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PS1. I think it came out in 1997, 98, right? I love the game. Oh my god, it was so amazing. It truly, like, I was already a Metal Gear fan because of the Super NES ones, but Metal Gear Solid that made it my favorite franchise, period, right? But I will not play that game today because I know how dated that game is, and it will be a bad experience, and I don't want to ruin the memory I have of that game. But on the other hand, on my screen, you guys see Top Gun 1986. Now, the reason why I typed that in right now is because about a month ago, when Top Gun Maverick came out, I bought tickets to see it at the RPX Regal Theater. That Saturday, my wife's like, hey, you know what? Let's see if it's on Netflix or something. We looked it up. It was on Netflix, I think, and we just saw it. So a movie from 1986, me and my wife saw it, and it was just as great as we remembered it when we were kids. And we were like, hell yeah. And that shit hyped us up for the movie, and the movie was great. I couldn't do that with a game. I couldn't play a game from 1986 and be hyped and be like, oh man, this shit's amazing. No, I'll be like, ooh. I'll be like, man, what the fuck was I playing?
I can.
Man, stop lying, you sis. Man, why you cap a lot on this show?
Halos, man.
Why you capping? Stop lying. What game you were playing 86?
I'll tell you the truth.
What game?
I'll tell you my time.
What game? Yeah, he said my time. What game in 86 you rocking?
Listen. Porter, I can agree with you, man, that there are some games that, like, I said this before, the Metal Gear Solid 3, like, at the time, those games looked like way above than what they were made in the year they were
Metal Gear Solid 3,
right?
yeah. Snake Eater?
Yeah.
But now?
Snake Eater, yeah. And now, yeah, and you compare it to nowadays, you're like, yeah, this game looks so out of date. And I think that some games that would be considered classics or legendary games should be updated so that you can experience it, what it would look like in today's days, because it's such a good game that you want to see in modern times. But I agree with you, man. I feel like sometimes you don't want to play those old games because it might ruin the memory for you.
Right. Yusuf, what do you think? You think he's right, or you think he's full of shit? What's up? Do you feel maybe that's how gaming is? Like, yeah, it has a short lifespan because of gameplay. What do you think? Give me your ideas and thoughts.
So I'm gonna put it like this. From what I'm reading, from what he said, games were disposal toys. You know why?
At the time, yeah. Now remember, to be fair, he came in the early '80s, before even Nintendo, before Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm tracking it. But let me tell you why he said that. Because look at his first. I don't know if this is his first game that he released, but look at this. From what Marsman, wanted to describe it as UPS type game.
Oh, Death Stranding.
Yeah.
So it's like, of course, it's a disposal to him. Because he doesn't know how to make games yet.
Dude, you're gonna start angering the chat, man.
Oh man,
Kojima
listen,
is a
all right,
legend, dude. You can't
hold on, time out. Whoa, hold on. Bobo, let me start out with Bobor. My man, Bobor has a super that he says, I have 300 hours on Returnal internet required. Listen, I'm gonna warn you, man. In my chat, I got these dudes. I don't know who they are, but they're in this chat right now. They are the Glimmer Men. Yo, once you see the Glimmer, you're dead, bro. So they're about to get you, bro. After that statement, Kojima don't know how to make a game. Oh my god. Oh, listen.
Not necessarily like he doesn't know how, but like that's just an example.
Oh shit.
No. But let me finish. Let me tell you why I said that. Because I still have to finish Death Stranding. I'm still on the game. I'm still on it. The storyline's so good. It's still good. Don't get me wrong. I'm just going off from what old dude Marsman told me.
Old dude.
UPS game. Yeah, you told me it was the UPS game. I'm like, bro, I haven't finished the game.
Hey,
yet.
but listen, what about his classic games like obviously Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, Metal Gear 3, Zone of Enders, Castlevania, Lord of Shadows.
He made yeah, I remember. Okay, he made Metal Gears.
Yeah, you forgot about that? That's what he's most famous for.
Masterpiece, man.
Oh man, this guy's about to get it. Oh man, they're about to. Right now, they're like, yo, what's his Twitter? These dudes are DMing me like, yo. Shit.
Listen, I don't entertain any of that negativity. So I can do that.
Shit, you said, my man. Yo, they like, yo, Porter Rock, what's his Twitter, son? We need to have a conversation. Shit.
Listen. And I get it. There are classics, man. Like, even looking at
listen, man. You have to stream. Listen, to make amends tonight, you have to stream Metal Gear Solid 3 and beat it.
There you go.
All right, like it. You have to make amends. The disrespect.
I didn't expect nothing, man.
I'll play you, sir.
This modern generation. I know he made classical stuff. I know he did. But I'm talking about for right now.
Oh shit!
If he would have just dropped Silent Hill over Death Stranding, I would have been fine.
Oh man. Hopefully,
listen. Yeah, I think that obviously Death Stranding is probably one of his worser games he's been involved in. But yeah. I'm sure that his next title is gonna bounce back. Like, it's just he wanted to do something different. And unfortunately, different wasn't like a delivery game. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't necessarily want to do a delivery game.
I like what Andrew. No, I like.
You want to read it? You want to read it? Read it. But no, read that super chat.
Man, shout out to that man. He said Death Stranding is factually better than any first-party game created from Xbox in the last 10 years. This dude is amazing. I'm a gamer.
It's better than Breath of the Wild? Breath of the Wild? I don't know about that one.
Oh, shit. This chat is wild. Shout out to Andrew Wilkins.
I don't know Andrew Wilkins saying that we're not gamers there.
Snap.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild 1 game. I forgot about that.
He's probably referencing me, but I'm not saying Breath of the Wild, man. That's a Nintendo game that's like, legendary and more recent.
Oh, snap. That's crazy, bro. This guy, you just started some shit right now. Shout out to you, sir. But I kind of understand, stuff like that, especially the second quote. However, unlike movies, software, hardware, and taste has a short lifespan. Now, hardware, absolutely, because hardware gets dated. That's just how it is, right? But movies and music are timeless, man. Music and movies are timeless, man. I still listen to Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? That shit is timeless, But something about games, right? They just, sure, you have the retro gamers, but it's just something about games where the taste, and maybe it's because of this, right? Gaming has something different. And I always say this, gaming has one more area that music and movies don't have. And that's direct interaction. You just don't sit there and watch and listen and learn and absorb. You actually partake, and to move the game forward, you have to push it forward by accomplishing what the level design is intended to do. So you are a part of the game and you actually move it forward. You don't really do that in movies and music. Movies and music, they do that on their own. The movie's gonna move. If you don't understand it, then rewind the shit. Because if you don't, that shit's going forward no matter what, right?
I want to shout out to Andrew Wilkins, man. This man said only PS gamers are honest. PC, Nintendums, and X thoughts lie more than women. That is straight facts.
Oh God.
Oh man, here we go. Oh shit. Shots fired. Oh shit.
God.
Yo, I'm saying the Glimmermen started. Andrew Wilkins getting these guys started. But you see what I'm saying? But you guys get what I'm saying? Game has an interactive direct interaction, and then once time moves on and other games introduce you to a new way to interact, a better way, then the games you're used to are no good no more because somebody evolved it, made it better, made a better way for you to interact, which is really much gameplay. But movies don't have that because movies is always the same formula. It's a person who's pretending to be someone else having a dialogue within a scheme of the movie. And that will never change. That's the same exact formula. It's a formula that hasn't changed in decades. It's just somebody. Sure, you could say performances got better, more realistic. Guys are then. Actors are willing to go. The costume designs are better. The graphics are better. But at the end of the day, it's the same formula. A person memorizing lines, pretending to be somebody, going the flow with the story. It's not the same as games. Where Metal Gear Solid 1. At the time, the gameplay was amazing. Then you fast forward 20 years later, Metal Gear Solid 5 re-evolved the game mechanics. And now it's so much better that when you go back to Metal Gear Solid 1, you're like, what the fuck? Resident Evil's probably the best example. If you play the original Resident Evil, it was fine for its time.
Yes, they were.
But once Resident Evil 4 came out, you cannot go back to Resident Evil 1. You're not trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. When they start changing the way those games played, instead of they tried to redo the same thing in Resident Evil 5, but it was just crap. It wasn't that great.
Yeah,
they tried to be.
They made a 2-shooter. Yeah. 6 was even worse.
Too much.
6
was the worst. 6 was like the downside. They had to go back.
Yes.
They had to go back to their old style,
yes.
and that's why at least getting that hype again for Resident Evil 4 remake is going to be great. I'm expecting that game to be real awesome.
Yeah, okay, my man says Super Mario World is timeless. Well, technically, a lot of 2D world Mario games are pretty much the same.
Yeah, very similar.
To be honest, very similar. I mean, smoother gameplay, but I would say that style of game is like also 2D side scrollers. They're still a thing, but
you know what though, and that genre is actually coming back with a lot of popular games too.
It is. You see a lot more 2D style stuff that's still happening. But anyway. So that's the topics. Do you guys have anything you guys want to bring up? Do you have a topic that you guys want to bring out? Or are we pretty much clear that Halo Infinite is trash? Are we good with that? We can close the show with that.
I don't know about that. I'm a diehard Halo fan. God of War.
But listen, Infinite's trash, man. It's hurting, bro. Everybody's like, yo. Everybody's like, we're done with this game.
I can tell you this though. The game is not finished though.
Bars, of course not. The game will never be finished.
But see, the thing is, and this is why I told you,
the game will never be finished.
Once Ragnarok releases, I'm going to delete the app Twitter because I do not want to see no negativity while I'm just going through my phone and trying to, let my community know, that. What's going on in the gaming world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. At the end of the day, just to defend Halo for what it is at the point, it's a lack of content. First coming out, it's going to at least give it more content. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to defend them on a lot of the things they're doing because they obviously aren't paying much priority to a lot of it. But I honestly think that they should do more because it is a popular franchise for them. And I'm like, you guys have all the ability to do so much. Just give more resources for God's sake. No, yeah, in the state it's in, it's not great, but I think you'll get better. It's better with time, like Destiny, like No Man's Sky, like a lot of these other games. Started out with bare minimum stuff, get better over time.
And then also, I want to thank what's his name, Portal Rock and his community. I appreciate the entertainment from you guys. No harm or anything. I understand you guys were trolling. I was actually reading it too. You guys were making me laugh. Don't get me wrong.
Hold on, I want to show something. Somebody tagged me something on Twitter. Hold on, let me go back. He says right here we go. PorterRock77. You were talking about this game on your pod. Let's see, click on this. Hell, even Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. Yes. On the Super NES, yeah. Even Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake has been on the market for 32 years already. In fact, I had planned to make this sequel title in the style of Indiana Jones, only with the name of the main character. 2. I didn't want to put Metal Gear 2 in the title, but the sales staff said to put Metal Gear 2 in the title, so we ended up with both.
All right, Andrew Wilkins said this. I think Horizon Zero Dawn outsold Halo 5 and Gears 4 combined. After 8 months on the market.
That's
Halo
facts.
died many years ago.
Yeah, that's facts. 20 million. Zero Dawn sold 20 million.
But they lost to a 30 FPS game.
Hold on.
Oh,
Here's my
shit.
point of this.
Oh,
Here's my point of
shit.
this.
Well, they were both 30 FPS, technically.
Here's my point of this.
Technically, they were both 30 FPS.
That's true.
Yeah.
Look, here's my point of it, and this is why I kept on saying I know Microsoft could do the same. They can come creative with a new IP and see where it can go. Horizon was a new IP to the PlayStation era.
You're gonna get new IPs. You're gonna get Avowed. That's gonna be a new IP.
Look. All those games look boring to me. Don't get me wrong. They fire those RPGs. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and try to do all these side quests.
Grounded? You ain't like Grounded?
Oh no! I haven't tried that yet. I have not tried that.
My only thing is that if they're trying to make the Valve like similar to what Horizon does, like Horizon Zero Dawn or Forbidden West, like if they're trying to do similar, like that means like Microsoft's trying to do something that Sony is already doing, and that's their way of competing, right? Yeah.
But I heard it's going to be more like Skyrim, which is weird because now they got Skyrim.
Yeah, it looks like
Skyrim. Yeah, they already have Elder Scrolls.
It looks like Skyrim I don't know. To me.
A lot of people said it reminded them of Skyrim. So anyway, we'll see. But anyway, hey, so we're gonna wrap up the show. Yo, 263 viewers, come on, let's hit that like button before I hit the app button. But hey, one more time, Yusuf, where can they find you?
Yusuf Orb, YouTube. They can find my Amazon. They can find my podcast on Amazon Music and on Spotify. Just type Yusuf Podcast, and my Twitch is Yusuf117.
All right, and my boy Mars Gaming.
Oh yeah, so you can always find me on YouTube, Marsman Gaming.
That boy's still nowhere, man. You funny, you know that.
What happened?
Yeah.
No, Gabe AKA said nowhere.
You can follow me on Marsman Gaming on YouTube, on Twitch, or jump on Twitter and Discord, man. First off, Puerto Rock, I really appreciate you having me on. Yeah. It's always fun talking about multiple types of games out there, and obviously, like getting flack on chat. It's not a problem to me. Okay. I got things.
And also, Puerto Rock, I also appreciate that too, man. I'm able to interact with your community and their opinions and thoughts.
Yeah, so I'm glad you guys were able to take the time to come out. Truly appreciate it. Love the topics. You guys brought in the heat right from the get-go. You guys got great energy. Love it. I wish you guys massive success on your endeavors and stuff like that. Anyway, to the chat, to my
one more thing. Before he
here we go.
I do have no. This is positive. Chill out.
Oh shit.
I do have a podcast that's releasing this Friday. That will be premiering this Friday at 9 a.m. There's gonna be a sneak peek with Puerto Rock on there. Please tune in.
All right, no doubt. So we got it. We got up in here. But anyway, truly appreciate it. Thank you for rocking out. On your way out, hit the like button. To the new subscribers, to the new membership. My man who trying to rock Boston, Donnell, thank you so much. To all my current family membership subscribers, I appreciate you. To everybody that rocks out with this channel, I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Tune in next week again for another 60 Frames Mad Ads podcast. And then I'll try to throw something else. I know people enjoyed the Sunday podcast. I'll try to do something else this week for you guys. Anyway, this is your only friend, YouTube Street, Puerto Rock 77, and we're out of here. You guys take care. Peace.